Right, all right, all right. We are live. Give y'all a few minutes and stuff to come in here and stuff. Give me a sound check. Let me know that everything and stuff is good. Do it for your big mama. Do it for your player. Do it for your family. All right, brother Aaron. All right, brother Hicks. Hey, brother Aaron. Hey, I thought you. I don't know. I guess I really didn't reach out because I ain't know if you was in orientation or not. All right, Dior, Dior. All right, everything's good. Because before I send this care package, before I oh, the 31st. Good gracious. Cause see, well, it gives me time. It gives me time and stuff to put this care package together. But I forgot you gotta do some training and stuff too, and so it's not gonna really be beneficial for you until you get. Yeah, I mean, and I kind of understand why they did it on the 31st too. But in order for me to put the care package together, I forgot you're gonna have to train, and that's probably gonna be about anywhere from 6 to 9 weeks. So it ain't gonna really benefit you until you get solo and stuff. But once you, I'm still watching you though, and I'm pretty sure you'll be posted up on Instagram. So um, once you get solo, then I can send this care package and stuff. It'll make sense. It'll make sense what it is, but I can't give it to you before then. Tonight's topic is tonight's topic is to give clarity about um, what can we be expecting after with this COVID, right? Because a lot of states are now in phase 1. They're in phase 1, which means that they open up a lot of the businesses and stuff, that wasn't a lot of non-essential businesses are being opened up now and stuff, but they still have a limited capacity. And so for people that's been out here on the road, you're probably starting to notice and stuff. Traffic is beginning to pick up. Enforcement is starting to increase too and stuff. I noticed that when I was going through New York, they was they were stopping a lot of trucks and doing inspections on them and stuff like that, where they wasn't doing that at first. So a lot of the you know a lot of the essentials, and stuff. Even though they got shortages on things, this is it's starting to come to an end. And so I believe that everything is going to be, you know, everything is probably going to be back to normal operating procedure and stuff. By the 1st of June, despite the fact that, all right, from Pulaski, Tennessee, all right. um, Everything's gonna be back at normal operating procedure and stuff, despite the fact that we still got the COVID-19 and stuff that's going on. And so I'm I'm doing still doing some coughing and stuff like that. Um, and that's because I wore this mask. I wore this this mask and stuff, and it's been bothering my throat. So it's not the return of COVID or nothing like that, cause I don't feel like I did last time. But this mask and everything, it's like the material and stuff that's in it that's bothering me. So, but for the most part, Everything is still on the up and up. Yep, it's sure. Yeah, the truck still doing its thing and stuff. So um, um, I'm noticing that the rates and stuff are starting to. I believe somebody put some bugs in some people's ears and stuff, cause a lot of brokers now and stuff are their rates are starting to be more fair now. It's not to say it's not to say we out the woodworks and people should just start getting back on the spot market, but um, what Rick did and stuff with those guys going to DC and stuff, it was effective. I will say that it was effective. So shout out to those brothers there and stuff like that, and just keep up the good work. And so I'm not just doing a whole bunch of rambling and stuff like that because I know it's late. If y'all got any questions and stuff, just go and put them on out there and stuff so that I'm not all everywhere and stuff. And so let's see. Had my third DOT inspection, doing good so far. Your third this year or your third this month? Guys, usually around that second one they kind of, that second one they kind of leave you alone and stuff. But tag on three. I'm willing to bet you run out there in the West too. On TBE trucking, gracious, three, man, dude. Around that second, well, usually that first one and stuff. That's when I had to go into outlaw mode then and stuff, man. Like I just got my truck. They messing with me, man. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, of course they gonna do that and stuff. But man, you gonna have to, you gonna have to get that app and stuff, man, and start, you know, you gonna have to start doing the outlaw way and stuff for a little while until things kind of teeter off, guy. That's crazy, man. Three, um, not going west no more. Okay. Aaron, let's see. I've been out 3 weeks now and stuff, so I'm actually on my way home. I'm actually on my way home tomorrow. I just got to pick this load up out of Jessup. Yeah, I'm picking up out of Jessup, Maryland and stuff tomorrow, and then delivering that down in North Carolina on Sunday. So I'll take that load, go home with it and stuff. Then I got to get up Sunday and deliver it 7 o'clock Sunday evening and stuff, and then I'll go home and stuff, and I'll probably be off till Tuesday. So I don't know, Kyle. Let's see. Yeah, yeah. I mainly run the East Coast. Yeah, I mainly run the East Coast. But then again, I'm gonna see what's out there, cause next week is free. Next week is free paycheck week, which means I get to keep all my money that I make and stuff. And so that's huh, that would be nice and stuff, man. If I could sit there and could turn and burn next week and stuff and do real good, But I guess at the same time, that's why I'm going home too. 'Cause I ain't really, cause it being free paycheck week, I ain't gotta really be out there and stuff. Yeah, yeah, free paycheck week. When all your bills and stuff paid, you don't owe nobody. You don't owe nobody nothing, not even a phone bill. So that usually be the week and stuff. I take all that and then just tuck it away, or either wind up doing something foolish with it. Still working on that too. Okay, all right. You'll get there. You'll get there and stuff. I mean, just um, don't kind of don't don't beat yourself in the head too hard right now and stuff, Kai. This month is gonna be kind of it's not gonna be a tough month. It'll be better than last month, but you know, let's see. I'm going Monday to look at my truck from Long Mountain. Mine is from U.S. Express. I looked up. I looked it up on Red Dig. Okay, all right. Let's see. um, U.S. is they um if it's U.S. Express truck, I would be focused on I would be focused on the clutch. Just right off the gate, right off the gate and stuff. I know the truck's auto ship and stuff, but that would be my key focal point right there and stuff. And then the second thing would be the emissions. Cause when you get the truck, they're gonna be they be done had the DPF clean, the DPF filters and stuff will be clean, and the soot levels and stuff would be reset and stuff like that. But I would definitely be checking out to see if it had any kind of issues, where it's throwing code and stuff like that when it don't need to be. But them would be my two focal points if you talking about getting the truck and it came from US Express. I thought that guy that I was talking to Friday. No, the guy I was talking to Sunday. I thought he was gonna be in here and stuff today, guys. But you know, hey, can y'all look in the back and see how I look back there? Do y'all see anything back there, guys? It really bothered him and stuff, man, with that bed not being made. I mean, let's see. What's best to keep your engine clean as you can? Uh, okay, it's dark. Yeah. All right, sorry about that. I guess when I go live tomorrow and stuff, you'll see it. But in case you can't, it is made. The bed is made and stuff. So it just I didn't want, I didn't want, and he a good dude and stuff. I'm just I don't think he up here tonight and stuff, but I'm just messing with him and stuff like that. I made a little video right after I got right after I did my live and stuff like that, guys. I don't want people to insinuate that I'm some kind of slob, but you know, if if you catch me on Instagram and stuff, then you see, like, well, hey, he's not your typical driver. I'm very OCD. Um, so yeah, um, God, I got it. Man, I can't stand this cough and stuff. Did you put your truck on the dyno? No, I didn't. And it's really a waste of time and stuff to put your truck on the dyno because the only thing the dyno does, it's not what people think it is. The only thing the dyno does, it gives you an educated guess as to what's going on and stuff, right? Because if your truck is set at a certain horsepower, right? if it's set at a certain horsepower, when you put it on the dyno, it tells what your power output is. And so when people understand what a power output is, they can tell you um, why you're not getting the maximum efficiency and stuff. But again, if your motor is set at um, those trucks and stuff, for instance, let's just say you got an X15, right? You got an X15 Cummins, and it's set from the factory 475, but then US Express bought the truck and they probably turned it down to a four and a quarter. Then when you put the truck on the dyno, when you put the truck on the dyno, then that's what you're gonna have about four. You're gonna have four and a quarter. Because of it, and because of that, because you putting four and a quarter and stuff, right? They can turn your stuff back up to a 475, but they can't really tell where your power output is going and stuff. Cause sometimes you might have a leak in your turbo. You might have a leak in your turbo or something like that and stuff, and that kind of it gives you the power that's needed, but it's not giving you maximum efficiency. You see what I'm saying? So a dyno is based upon horsepower. That's it. And so if there's a low output of power, then they can make an educated guess and say, well, all right, well, we need to focus around this, get this fixed, throw it back on the dyno again and stuff and see what it does. And it's got to be something where you're doing it continuously. You can't just go one time and say, okay, yeah, everything's set. You got to go in there, you got to run it, then you got to go back and stuff and then test it again and see what's your power output now. So see, they think like, oh, you hook it up to the dyno and stuff. They're gonna be telling you, okay, well, um, your motor's gonna be blowing up and stuff in about 60 days, or it's gonna be blowing up in about 2 years from now. That ain't how it works. You know, it's not how it works. It gives you, for somebody who understands it, it gives you a understanding about what could possibly go wrong and stuff like that. But again, really um it's not really accurate unless you're going continuously. Well, let's see. LaDon Jones, you might be allergic to something red when you go home, get a box of Claritin. Hey, I already beat you to it. I got a box of Claritin and stuff right here in the truck now. In fact, when I got sick last time, I picked some up, but um I don't think I'm allergic to it because I got the truck ozone, and and stuff, and so that was actually that was 3 weeks ago and stuff like that. Then I got to ozone it again once I get home, but I don't think I'm allergic to anything. Not in the truck and stuff, but unless it's that mask that I'm wearing. Let's see. So the dyno doesn't give you an indication of blow by on your engine. Thanks. Um, no, because okay, your blow by and stuff is when you look at your blow by tube and stuff, that should tell you everything. You know what I'm saying? And then it depends on what kind of motor you have too and stuff, guys. Um, if you put miles on your truck, you're gonna eventually have some blow by, right? You're gonna eventually have it and stuff, but and all that is just an indication that your rings and stuff are wearing out, and your liner, your rings and your liner and stuff like that. Cause sometimes, especially with a fresh rebuild, they tell you not to idle these motors and stuff because the liners or whatever, the liner got crossboards and stuff in them, and so like, and it's strange how it works because in a car and stuff, well, your sleeves and stuff, you well, your car don't have a sleeve or whatever and stuff, but it's supposed to be smooth inside in a car. In a truck, it's not like that. When you look inside the sleeves, they got crossboards and stuff in them, like little scratches or whatever. And if you idle a lot, all right, crazy Bubba. If you idle a lot and stuff, then what happens is that those sleeves you start to wear the crossboards and stuff out too soon, and then that will cause blow by. If you get it smooth, if you get it smooth in that sleeve, then you're gonna start going through oil and stuff like that. You're gonna have a lot of blow by and stuff like that. But no, that dyno the only true way and stuff to know what's going on with your motor is to tear it down. That's it. Unless you know if you get it rebuilt, if you get your motor rebuilt and stuff, and then you go to the dyno and you go to the dyno on a regular, then yeah, that's the only way they'll know and stuff. Other than that, if you talking about just buying the truck used, you just buying the truck used and you want to know what's going on and stuff like that, then I mean, the only true way to know what's going on with that motor and stuff is you got to get it tore down. And the thing is, like that old saying goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. 'Cause most of the time and stuff, your motor is your motor's gonna do what it's supposed to do and stuff. But any kind of irregular, if it's running irregular, you're gonna know it. If it's using too much oil and stuff, then you know something wrong. If it's not getting you the fuel mileage it's supposed to get, you know something wrong. You hear any kind of strange noises and stuff, knocking and all that other stuff, you know something wrong. I'm up here in Elkton. I'm in Elkton, Maryland today. Over here, at this TA. But yeah, I wish it was a lot of guys and stuff who keep real good tabs on their motors and stuff is because they just you know they just follow it from the beginning. Okay, thanks. This is valuable information. What are your thoughts on oil samples? Same thing. Oil samples waste of time, guys. Oil samples a waste of time because you know it all depends. If it's based upon something fresh, if you did something to your motor, right? If you did a rebuild on it, and you got to rebuild, and yeah, oil samples are they valuable because see you know what's going on. But if in many cases and stuff, you're gonna come back, they're gonna tell you that you're gonna have soot in it, you're gonna have some kind of metal and stuff, you're gonna have some kind of metal and stuff in it, some kind of contaminant or whatever, and it's just not giving you nothing accurate. It's not gonna give you accurate reading, which gonna cause you to go out there and do something to your equipment that you ain't got no business doing. It's gonna make you jump the gun before you have to jump it. So oil samples are a waste of time. They just um, you know, it can be something as simple. It can be something as simple as when they drop the oil and stuff like that, sometimes some of the stuff that's on your oil plug and stuff, they might get it off there. They ain't no experts and stuff at it. Like Speedco used to, Speedco did it. I think they stopped now and stuff, but the same thing. It's just no, don't oil samples. The only time you sample your oil if you know you went and you got you a crate motor, or you went and got a fresh rebuild on and stuff like that, then you start doing oil samples. But a truck you just bought, you ain't know anything about, you gonna get, oh well, it's too much soot in it. You got these type of contaminants and stuff, or it's gonna come back inconclusive. So Yeah, so just I mean, for the most part, just run your truck. Run your truck and stuff, and do do your regular maintenance and stuff on it. Like, once you get it in your care and stuff, set your own, when you get your oil change and stuff like that. Well, I'm gonna do it every 12,000, 15,000, 20,000, whenever and stuff. And so you get a continuation process of that and stuff, as far as to get to know your truck or whatever. And then, by then you'll know what's going on with your equipment. You'll get like a bond or something, because my brother was telling me when he was at CR England and stuff is that they don't do oil changes on that. Let's see, I think they go what? Um, I think he was telling me, man, I think they do 50,000 miles on that truck before they do an oil change, which is insane. But I can actually see them doing that though. So you run into that deal right there and stuff. Like, oh, okay. You talking about doing an oil sample and stuff, and these guys ain't changed the oil but once every 50,000 miles. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be coming back with all types of inconclusive stuff. See, got my oil changed that way at the Speedco. Cause if you went to Speedco, I know you spent about $800-900 for that oil change. I'm exaggerating, but boy, them oil changes they expensive. Good gracious, man. That's why I had to stop going to Speedco. They let's see, TA where. Oh, okay, you did it here and stuff. All right, okay. Yeah, cause Speedco, if you in a rush and you ain't trying to be in there all day and stuff, or you ain't waiting on no phone call, I go ahead in there and stuff. But other than that, I mean, shoot, I don't like the TA. I swear I don't. I don't like the TA, but they the only place you can go to where they ain't doing no upcharges on filters and none of this other stuff, man. I'm like, shoot, oh, $300. Okay, yeah, all right. You made out real good then, cause shoot, they hit me up about three. See, they get me about what three? About 360, 370. Do you still have last truck? No, now I gave Sky Rooster to my partner and stuff. The truck was parked. The truck was parked. I was driving this truck here, and I was actually looking for somebody to drive it and stuff. And so, I was interviewing people, and they was pretty much I was doing the interviewing and stuff, and then they was telling me, their demands and stuff like that. I said, all right, well, hey, I appreciate your time and stuff like that, but they looked at the truck, they said, oh man, this thing paid off. How fast do it go? Like, huh? How fast do it go? Like, bro, well, you gonna be riding that? You ain't. Last thing you gotta be worried about is speed and stuff, man. But then I hit them up with that. Hey, listen, I run East Coast. They like, no, no, thank you. So, um, when I said then, so I parked the truck, and when I parked it, every time I come home, somebody always asking to buy it and stuff. They're like, well, they want to buy it, but they ain't offering me no money for it. And so I'm like this. I mean, Sky Rooster, I got Sky Rooster through a lease program, and that truck cost me 54 a 2007 Century Class, and I got the truck in 2014. That truck, I signed that contract for $54,000. $54,000. The truck had 824,000 miles on it. 824,000 miles on. When I parked it, it had 1,020,000. I ran that truck for 3 years. And so I know I wasn't gonna get the money. Um, it's real, it's even if even if I rebuilt and redid everything, I know I wasn't gonna get my money and stuff out the truck. But I'm like, shoot, hey, it's sometimes it's just the principle. I wasn't asking. Well, I wasn't even selling the truck, to be honest and stuff. But I mean, if you're gonna offer me something, then you know, and I say no, at least respect the fact that I'm not trying to sell it. And so that was the thing there and stuff, man. You know, they seen the truck sitting, and every every time I get home, it was always a new offer on and stuff. So then, um, they tried to get the truck for free. They tried to get the truck for free and stuff, and so they tried to get the truck impounded. They tried to get the truck impounded. Then they was gonna take out a mechanical lien and stuff against it and get the truck that way. And so I'm like, you know what? No, that's okay. So I gave, I had a what you call too. I had a reefer unit too and stuff. I had an '04 reefer unit and stuff that was hooked up to it. So I gave that to my brother, and then I took the truck out there to my partner's house and stuff. He told me just park it out there and stuff. So, he was talking about he had plans and everything and stuff like that. So I just told him, hey, listen, I'm gonna just be honest with you. I mean, I'm driving. I got this truck here. I don't see myself going back to Sky Rooster for nothing else. So, if you want it, it's yours. Do what you want with it and stuff. And so he got it, and it's been sitting in the same spot ever since. So it's kind of a disappointment, but it's his truck now, so it is what it is. Also, it was a side note too. Um, my stepson was about to graduate, and so the plan was, you know, he's always talking about he wanted a job and stuff like that and everything. So I was gonna get, my own authority to run that truck and trailer and stuff. But the thing is that being he was 18, he can get his CDL and stuff. He just couldn't leave the state. So I had to line. But being that the truck is paid for and stuff like that, I was pretty sure I could find something affordable to where he can run the truck and stuff and stay in the state and all that stuff there. So I mean, you're probably at the some days and stuff you probably had to go to the mountain regions and stuff like that and everything. Cause North Carolina it's not a it's a long state if you run from east to west, but from north to south, man, I mean, you ain't got nothing. So uh, the plan was he was gonna run some seafood out of one of the coastal regions and stuff, and then run it to like Charlotte and run up to Charlotte. Sometimes you had to go up to Black Mountain and stuff like that. So I was trying to get that set up. But then, of course, when you're doing something constructive, people want to throw little monkey wrenches in your plan and stuff like that. This is your family here and stuff. They say that they love you and they care about you and stuff like that. So, nobody wanted to listen and nobody wanted to listen and stuff. So I said, all right, screw it. You know what? I'm trying to help you. I'm okay. So I gave the truck up. I just looked at a truck in Charlotte, North Carolina this past Thursday. It was a '07 Freightliner Century class. They wanted 16.5 for it. I was interested in it, but I didn't see no coolant in the reservoir tank. That was a red flag for me. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, that's a red flag indeed. Yeah, that's a red flag indeed. But shoot, since we on the topic, and I know that I know I was talking about these guys and stuff last week. Hold on, let me switch this around here. This that publication that I was talking about and stuff, trucker paper, everybody see it. You go in the truck stop, stuff like that. And what people kind of overlook is what's in the back of what's in the back and stuff, guys. This is where all the parts and stuff at. People think, oh well, they just auction off where they just sell trucks and stuff like that. And so, this where you find, like insurance and stuff like that. You see how they say they cover 48 states. Kind of people be talking about, I got to go to Geico and all this other stuff. Um, here's another insurance company and stuff like that. Getting you on a, let's see, truck insurance, same day ID, and all that stuff there. See what you tried. What do you need? If you're from North Carolina, you're gonna need workers comp, or you're gonna need workers comp. Uh, let's see, what's the other thing I'm looking for? Paying attention to this and stuff, serving and following Northeast, Great Lakes, and Mid Atlantic regions and stuff. So that means that if you go with this insurance company, then they probably got a range as to where they're going to get you, where they're going to cover you and stuff, as opposed to these guys here and stuff, the BNG group and stuff. They cover all 48 states. So then this is all the stuff that they cover. So for those and stuff that's doing like reefer and everything, that's what you need right here. Cargo reefer breakdown. you know, and then they got everything up here. Gas, all let's see, oil and gas, intermodal stuff like that. So you just check these people out, give them a call, stuff. Um, let's see, these guys here and stuff. They've been doing that thing for a while. Say be on ball, stay pretty much. They set up your authority. So they get your MC, ICC, DOT and stuff. But this what kind of confuses people. Say they get it in 30 minutes. And even though you get it in 30 minutes, it doesn't mean that you read, that you up and ready to haul and stuff. It usually takes about 2 weeks to get you up and running. But all they do is that they fill the paperwork out, they send it to the IRS and stuff, and you're pretty much good to go and stuff. They know how to fill the stuff out, cause if you fill it out incorrectly, then they gonna deny you, and then you got to go back and fill it back out again and stuff. And so, these guys, they do. This is important too. Quarterly fuel taxes, real important. Um, DOT audits and stuff. Of course, they tell you once you get your DOT, once you get your authority up and running, you got a good chance that you're gonna get audited in the first 9 months and stuff. And so, you know, if you watch, what's my man name? Steel Hogan, my man Ghost. He can give you the total breakdown and stuff on that. But uh, if you're talking about getting your own authority, then you're gonna need some kind of office or some kind of office space in your home and stuff. Cause one thing you're gonna have plenty of is paperwork, whether it's carrier packets, insurance, so on and so forth. So let's see. I don't know. Like you got the car haulers. I don't know if people interested in that, those sort of things and stuff. And then this what brings me to this. It brings me to this right here. These guys out of Scranton, Pennsylvania and stuff, and so they sell motors. These are not crate motors now. Crate motors and stuff are motors that never been ran and stuff like that. They they was built, they was built and put in the crate. These right here and stuff, they came out of some kind of wreck truck. The truck was total loss and stuff like that, so on and so forth. The other important thing and stuff about getting this trucker paper is that it's regional. So, being that I run the Northeast, they tend to keep you around guys and stuff in the area and stuff that you're in. And so, in Scranton, you can see where the prices and stuff on these motors are a little bit higher than some of your, some motors and stuff, say like from Florida or something like that, from Miami. So, you can see the ISXs and stuff, they start like 15,000. These are 2012s, stuff like that. So, which I know this is stuff that, people kind of ain't interested in. They want to go pre-emission. So, you go down here. So we ain't worried about that and stuff. That C12, you ain't worried. This motor here and stuff, you start talking about pre-emission. This way this is old, but it's 95 N14 Cummins and stuff. Excuse me, yeah, 95 N14 Cummins 435. I'm pretty sure that motor's gone. I'm pretty sure that motor's gone and stuff. And so, I can go on and stuff about, the N14, this gave, the 60 series a run for his money. It did, man. When they came out this N14, man, it just revolutionized. It revolutionized the cars. Cummins was in some bad shape and stuff, man. When they dropped that 60 series, that 435, Cummins was in some bad shape. But they brought their N14 and stuff, and they just redeemed themselves in the 90s. They just from 90s all the way up to, huh, from up to 2000. When they start running EGR and stuff, I'm gonna say, oh, let's see, the N14 was winning all the way up till they went to the ISX. And so when they brought the ISX out, I believe in '04, you know, they started putting the EGRs and stuff in, then, everybody was pretty much on the same level and stuff. But this motor right here and stuff you see is $6,000. So I'm pretty sure, being that it's that old and stuff like that, then it's a it's a block, but that's it. You buy it, you're gonna have to start putting all new parts in and stuff like that. But the thing is that the N14s and the Detroit 60 series, their parts and stuff are real. They're not very expensive. They're not very expensive and stuff, but you can see where they are going up and stuff like that. Like this motor here and stuff, right? This C15, this C15 2002 475. This is single stage turbo. Um, it's probably the same deal and stuff. If you buy it, it ain't had no work and stuff done to it. So eh, you just got a block. But while you got the block, you just go and take the heads out and stuff, get the heads redone, drop the bottom end and stuff, change everything and stuff in there, throw some new sleeves in it, possibly a new turbo and stuff, and then that's that. But you just pretty much buying the block. That's it. Um, let's see. We got anything up here pre-emission? Nope, that's it. So you can see the only two pre-emissions and stuff up here, this O2 and this N14 and stuff. But they got a whole bunch of stuff in stock, but you have to call and stuff and find out. Then you got these guys here, Detroit Power Machine and stuff. They are out of crap. Where they out of? Indiana. Yeah. Yeah, they out of Indiana and stuff. Now these guys, for them to be in business for 35 years, they got a horrible, horrible reputation. They got a horrible reputation. I mean, if you go online and read their reviews and stuff, man, I mean, it's bad. I mean, real bad. But you can see uh where they got their stuff priced at. That's a C15. That C15 starting at 21.9. So um, everything in it's rebuilt. Everything in it's rebuilt and stuff like that. You can see it got the Cat nationwide warranty, which means that they changed everything in there with Cat official parts and stuff, all the precious metals and so on and so forth. All right, so they want 21 for that one. This 60 series 12.7, they want 19,000. That's overpriced. That's overpriced and stuff. Then you got this 14 liter, they want 17,000. So what they did with these motors here and stuff, they just pretty much they got them, went through it, changed it, and all that stuff there, and put it back together, and then they set it on the shelf. So it's almost like a crate motor. But the thing is that with the reputation that they have, it's not some people I would recommend. Like the ISX, you see they want 27.9. That's too much money, way too much. ISX and stuff. This a pre EGR and this post EGR. So um, you see what they pre EGR and stuff they want more money for. This 27.9 post EGR they want 23.9. Even though the repair will cost more this pre on this post EGR than the pre EGR. And so for guys and stuff that don't know what the EGR is, um, if your truck sound like a jet taking off and it ain't going nowhere, then that's what your EGR. That's that great big old whistle sound and stuff. That's the EGR and everything. It doesn't. Well, what it's supposed to do is cut down on emissions and all that stuff there, but it's really a nothing burger. EGR doesn't do anything and stuff. That's why most people would prefer the pre EGR versus post EGR. So let's see. So all right, so we got the N14. So we got the N14 right there and stuff. They want 18.9 for it. Now they want 18.9 for it and stuff. Here it is a 95 N14. They only want six. And so again, let's just say you get this N14, you got to do a rebuild on and stuff like that. Um, the rebuild kit. So you bought the motor for six. The rebuild kit is probably gonna cost you about 2 grand, and that's if you run the official. If you run the official Cummins parts and stuff, then it's gonna run you about 2 grand. If you get the aftermarket stuff, which again I recommend, it probably costs you about 15. It costs you about 15 and stuff, and then of course getting the turbo and stuff like that. Turbo will probably cost you about another grand, right? So you got so either way and stuff, right? You still looking at 3 grand. You still looking at 3 grand and stuff for the parts. Now you got 9,000 in the motor. And all you need somebody to rebuild it, right? And being that it's out the truck and stuff like that, they take the heads off, put the new heads on, so on and so forth. So you figure you got about another three in repairs and stuff. So we got nine. So you got 12 and you got the whole motor rebuilt. Versus this one right here and stuff, he want 18 for it, right? He want 18 for it. So again, that's just heavily overpriced. and I'm pretty sure and stuff that he didn't use official coming parts and stuff, as to why he's saying it's a remanufactured engine. Then of course you got all your cats and stuff down here, and they ain't even let's see that 34. Let's see this 3406B price on request. This is the most popular motor right here. This 34. This 34. The 3406B and the 3408. They are the most popular sought after cat motors. Then the C13 is the C13 is the second most sought after, and then the C15 and stuff, guys. Your C13s are usually gonna be under. They're gonna be under 2000 and yeah, they're gonna be under 2000. So that means you ain't gotta worry about running E-log and stuff like that. Same thing with 3406 and the 3408. And then you read down here and stuff, and so people gotta pay attention to the small print, right? In-frame overhaul specials on the Cummins N14 and the ISX, then the Detroit 12.7 and 14 liters, starting at 990. They starting at pretty much 10 grand, right? Then they got 13, so 14 and stuff with the transmission stuff, which means that they rebuild your transmission too. They'll rebuild your transmission for another 4 grand and stuff, right? Which I say, that's not a it's not a bad deal. The problem is that the way that they advertise it is that if you take the N14 in there and stuff, right, and you take the ISX, as long as it's pre EGR, you'll get it for that price. If you got a the ISX and it got post EGR, then you're gonna be paying this price right here without the transmission rebuild and stuff. So same thing with your Detroit and stuff, 12, 7, and 14. If you got pre EGR, you're gonna be paying this price here. You got post EGR, then you're gonna be paying this price without the transmission rebuild. So it's cash carry only. So they what they do basically is that they take the truck. They're gonna need about 4 days and stuff. They got a motel, I think, within walking distance and stuff. So you check in there or just anywhere and stuff like that. They keep your truck for 4 days. Once the truck is rebuilt, once the motor stuff is rebuilt, they do this right here. Each reman engine dyno load stress test for 2 hours. Right. So they hook it up to the dyno and they do a 2 hour stress test on and stuff like that. Then they get a truck back to you, which um again, when the motor's rebuilt, and stuff like that, um they dyno load test it, which means that it's like hooking up to a load and stuff like that and everything. They run it under those conditions there to make sure that everything and stuff is on the up and up. But in reality, 2 hours just isn't enough time and stuff. Really, you need at least a month. You need at least a month and stuff like that. So if this is something that they do and stuff now. If you are in the area and stuff like that, and you want to continue to see what your truck and stuff is doing, then yeah, you just take your truck back, make sure they do the dyno test on it. Well, they doing the dyno test on and stuff, but you can keep it up and go back in there after a month, and they can tell you, okay, all right, um, we had this thing set at 475 and stuff, and so it's doing like a four. Your power output is probably like a 450 or 460 or something like that. So they say, well, all right, um, we got to find out what the booster power and stuff is. Thanks for the science on the end of the. Yeah, no problem, no problem. But again, I don't really recommend these guys here and stuff, and that's because they got so many bad reviews and stuff, and so until the customer service people, they got people in customer service when they go out here and address the issues and stuff about these poor reviews that they got, then I wouldn't mess with them too much, man. So here's another place and stuff over here in Northeast Maryland, and so um, here's Chasing Andrews motor right here and stuff. '04 Mercedes Benz and stuff like that. So they want 8 grand for that, which is which is what he paid for the truck actually. So yeah, that's Chasing Andrews motor there and stuff. Um, um, huh. I guess he'll see the feed and stuff like that. So heavy truck parts and stuff like that. Here again, a bunch of post emission motors and stuff, and so I guess people ain't really interested in that right there. So here we go. C set. Oh, there he is. There he is. There he is. Hey, listen. I don't know if you dropped the money on it or not, right? But you see what I'm seeing, right? You see what I'm seeing and stuff. There your motor right there and stuff. Um, painted, everything ready to go and stuff. I imagine that they did the test on it and stuff. And same day shipping anywhere. So the only thing you got to do is just um, take this other motor out and put this one in, and you ain't got to worry about changing the ECM. You ain't got to worry about doing all the ECM swaps and all that stuff there. 'Cause I think um, this one got the turbo. No, so you just have to swap your turbo over. That's it. You just swap over your turbo. But you know, but again, you probably get that a little bit cheaper there. These guys here out of Northeast Maryland, so so we'll just jump down here to the pre pre emission stuff. So you got '07 C15 85. I'm pretty sure that motor sold this '06 too. No, wait a minute, that's a C11. So uh, I'm pretty sure that's gone though. That C15 for 85. But for those and stuff that want to run pre-emission Detroit 60 series and stuff, that's a 12.7. See, 7 grand. I'm pretty sure that motor gone. But still, that's that motor's in pretty good shape too. I imagine they probably went in and checked stuff out, stuff like that. So again, that motor's probably gone. But see, this is the thing why you get the paper and stuff. You check it out because they got, and this is by the way and stuff. If you get a lot of your work done on your truck, this is where they get a lot of their parts and stuff from too. So um, these guys here and stuff, they doing brake jobs and stuff like that. So you get back here, you look for the specials and stuff like that and everything, and see if they on the up and up. Let's see, parts and labor 8. So they give you 8 heavy duty Rockwell Eaton Q brakes, 4 brake kits, 4 standard drums for $849. It's not bad. Let's see, option 2, uh, 399, 8 heavy duty brake kits. Let's see, one, two, three, four, five. Huh. Oh, you ain't got the drums on that one. My bad. Okay. All right. So, you check them out. Let's see where you guys at. Elizabeth, New Jersey. All right. So, huh. The problem with these dudes is and stuff is the location. Like you're gonna have to kind of find those guys, and then you got to get in there in the morning, and then you got to be able to speak on habla española. So let's see. What's the other part I want to check out? These guys here and stuff are Worldwide Diesel. Now, these are some very good guys and stuff. The only thing I suggest is that if you buy anything from them, don't buy nothing off eBay. Just call them directly. Let's see, that's 98. That's a 98 3406. They want 11. So again, that's just because it's a cat motor and it's a 1998. So uh, they go another Mercedes Benz and stuff. Same thing and stuff. They want the exchange and stuff, which means they want your old engine and stuff like that. So um, they ship it to you anywhere and stuff like that. They tell you to keep the crate because you need to send your motor and stuff back. So they will pay for the shipping. These guys here, Worldwide Diesel, Niles, Michigan, they will pay for the shipping and everything and stuff, to send it back. Then of course they got all the parts and everything, they got used reman blocks, cylinder heads, turbochargers, cranks, camshafts, MCM, stuff like. So they sell this stuff at a real good price, man. These dude, that salesperson that's in there and stuff, man. I mean, he'll get you straight. He'll get you straight. So you see right there and stuff. It's 3406 C15 head gasket problem and stuff. So C15 head 31. Let's see, 31. Reman C15 25. ISX 25 outright. So they're your heads and stuff right there. These guys are out of Coopersville, Michigan. Camshafts. They ain't all that expensive. ECMs. All that good stuff. Exhaust manifold. I don't. Sometimes they'll crack or whatever and stuff like that. So you just check them out for the most part. You know, Same thing with this. Just give them a call. Diesel engine components. Turbo stuff like that. Air compressors. Diesel fuel injection starters, alternated air compressors, water pumps, stuff like that. So just hit them up. Lots of stuff right here in the back of this truck paper magazine. These guys here and stuff, Midwest Diesel, they got a good reputation too. They got a real good reputation and stuff, man. It's just a lot of people go there for cat parts and stuff, of course. So and you can see that 3406 and stuff. Oil pans, cat, turbos, all this stuff there and everything. Um, they advertise cat, but they do have all the stuff in the, Cummins, Detroit and stuff, and so a lot of that stuff is cheap. You know, they always do things on the high end and stuff, of course. So but this is it mainly right here and stuff. Every time I'm in a different region, this the paper right here I get. Truck Paper Magazine, and I just go to work. Just doing price and stuff like that, get information. So, somebody saying, hey, look, hey, um, I'm thinking about getting this, thinking about getting this, thinking about getting that, you know. Why you ain't doing nothing and stuff, that's why I'm doing my research on that and say, hey, man, look, check these people out right here and stuff. Get this pay, get the truck of paper, look in the back, see what you can find, shoot you a couple numbers and stuff, and then, maybe y'all can work something out, you know. But they got warehouses and stuff just everywhere. So yeah, they got warehouses and stuff everywhere and stuff. I mean, shoot, sometime man, you'll be in a place where you could just go and pick it up, They do business with like several, they got several vendors and stuff everywhere and stuff. So what they try to do is to get, if you order something, then they try to get you in the area and stuff of where they in and stuff as far as shipping everything. Then sometimes, they just got stuff at the headquarters where they got to um, you just gotta wait on the shipping and stuff like that. But they try to get it there as fast as possible. And that's that. So, now that you can apply that information and stuff to yourself and look a lot of these sources up. Cause that's all these shops doing stuff is that they got accounts with LKQ and all that stuff there, and then they want to charge you something where you can just go and get the parts and stuff yourself and say, hey man, listen, I got the parts and stuff, man. Just do the labor for me, you know. And of course, if something wrong with the part or whatever and stuff like that, then that's under warranty and stuff there. And being that they use them and stuff, um, a lot of places, if you get stuff rebuilt, if you get stuff rebuilt, they kind of recommend some of these places that you go to, and then it just so happened you went to the shop that's in their system. So they got everything set up and stuff like that. You just tell them, hey, look, yeah, I use this shop here. Okay, we'll make the phone call and they'll send us the old bad parts and we'll send you the new parts and stuff, and they put the stuff in the truck and then you good to go. You know, that's the type of networking that they do that they don't tell us about. So we put that information on out there too and everything. So, but go ahead and I'll end on that note there and stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know it's late. I appreciate y'all. Give me your time. Give me your time and energy and stuff so I can put down some of this information that can be helpful to you. Y'all got my contact information. Just feel free to hit me up. I say text me first. Let me know what the subject matter is and stuff. That way I can let you know, hey, when I'm available, so we can go ahead and go in constructive dialogue. Uh, Hit me up on my Instagram page, Rhode Island Red Rooster 22. Rhode Island Red Rooster 22 on Instagram. Feel free, check me out where I'm always posting stuff about my 2013 Freightliner Cascadia. And with that being said, this your man right here, the one, the only, that beautiful Rhode Island Red Rooster. Telling you as always, continue your research, fact finding studies, harness on your skills every day. Till next time we talk, next time we meet, be safe, be easy, peace out.